Here now to react to all this, you may have seen him at the testimony of Rod Rosenstein the other day. Congressman Bob Goodlatte, he is the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. Congressman, when you look at the actual document where the phrases were changed, the phrases to describe what Hillary Clinton did with her emails, how she handled those emails, the first phrase was grossly negligent, and that carries with it a federal offense. That was crossed out, and instead extremely careless was written in. Then reasonably likely was crossed out, and possible was put in. My question is, who made these changes? Was it Peter Strzok, about whom other things were said in front of your committee?
Well, first of all, the gross negligence standard actually tracks the espionage statute, and that's why it's so important that that was changed, because it's difficult for the director to explain why he wasn't going to charge her with a crime when he found that her actions indeed tracked the language of the statute. So it's very disturbing. We don't know for sure who did it. We've been told that it may have been Peter Strzok, and we certainly want to talk to Mr. Strzok based upon not only that, but his involvement in a whole host of different elements of this investigation, starting early last year and even running up into the special counsel's efforts. Mr. Mueller's team should not have people like Mr. Strzok and others that are in there involved in something that's supposed to be an impartial, fair investigation.
Well, the question is exactly what Peter Strzok did, because he had an intention that he made clear in some of those texts that were revealed this week, that not only did he dislike, if not hate, Donald Trump, which is his prerogative to do so, but that he was going to use his power to try to change the edict of the American voters. And he said that in one email. We can put it up on the screen if we can, where he ended his say, he said, "There's no way Donald Trump gets elected, but I'm afraid we can't take that risk." Now, that means to me that he is going to use his power at the FBI to try to subvert an election. Is there any other way to take that?
No, that's the way I take it, too. Very disturbing that America's premier law enforcement organization would have individuals like Mr. Strzok in there. And let me hasten to say that I agree with the president that we have thousands of great law enforcement officers, lawyers, accountants in the FBI who every day work very hard to make sure that justice is done and uphold the rule of law, and make sure that justice is done with that woman with the blindfold and the balanced scales. That's not, unfortunately, what you hear when you read the texts and the emails from Peter Strzok. I'm
wondering if there should be criminal charges brought against him and what they would be. If he used the power of the FBI to try to subvert an election, what crime did he commit?
Well, certainly there would be the possibility of obstruction of justice. The fact of the matter is, we don't know exactly what was done or who else was involved. That statement appears to refer to a meeting that took place in the Deputy FBI Director's office, Andrew McCabe, and also involved Mr. Strzok's apparent girlfriend, Ms. Page. So this is a very serious matter, and we have requested the documents that are necessary to look into this further. We've called for a second special counsel to look into how the entire matter was handled by former Director Comey. Why did he take it upon himself to make this announcement? Why did he choose not to prosecute? Why did he later in the election announce, right before the election, that he was going to reopen the case and then close it back down again? All of this was very disruptive to the operation of the election last year, and it's also not following FBI protocols and Justice Department protocols about how you conduct an investigation and who makes the decision to prosecute. Not the FBI. It's supposed to be the Justice Department lawyers who make that decision.
A lot of questions. We're glad you're asking them. Chairman Goodlatte, thank you very much. Please come back and see us again. Appreciate you being here.